Hello, fellow traders. TheRumpledOne coming to you on Friday, September 30th. The year's 2022. Let's talk trading. It's time for the weekly wrap-up and the monthly wrap-up. As always, these videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. And just a reminder at the end of the month, risk management. Never lose more than you're willing to lose on any one particular trade. So let's just take a look here at the monthly. We are 762 pips off the monthly low, which also happens to be the weekly and yearly low. As you can see, we haven't taken out the monthly pivot, and we're 504 pips below the monthly open. For the week, as I mentioned, 760 pips off the low. We actually went from a red week to a green week with 325 pips above the weekly open now. We took out the weekly pivot, which when it was down here, that seemed almost like it wasn't going to happen. But once again, statistics sometimes work out in our favor. Notice the opening range for the week. With that huge range, we didn't think we'd break that either, but yesterday we popped through the high, and we're now 188 pips above it. So it's just one of those things where when you're trading, try not to think. Try to trade what you see. Trade your plan. Just stick with it. Even when it doesn't seem like it's going to happen, sometimes you can be pleasantly surprised. And as I mentioned before, 760 pips off that weekly, monthly, yearly low. There was an inside bar a couple of days ago. Yesterday, price dipped back inside that inside bar range and shot right back out, 283 pips above it at the moment. It's funny, there's only 5 pairs under 100 pips in range today. It's the end of the month, end of the quarter also. So I guess a lot of things are being moved around. We're only 6 pips above the daily open at the moment. We've crisscrossed that line a few times, as we'll see here on the buy zone. So as you can see, there was a long trigger, paid off, a short trigger, paid off. You could have taken these shorts possibly here, either for a scratch trade or a little profit. A buy trigger was here, a short trigger, then followed by a buy trigger, followed by a short, a buy, a short, another buy, and then we just had a short and then followed with the buy and crisscrossing that daily open. So there's definitely a lot of price action here. You just have to trade what you see. Red rats feasted, green rats feasted. Actually, red rats feasted probably, let's see, let's just pull a, yeah, the red rats feasted, then the green rats feasted, then the red rats feasted, then the green rats had a couple of tries, actually about 3, then they really feasted, then the red rats feasted, then the green rats feasted once again. And I know there's a few traders out there that are using the rat zone, so I hope they traded well and profitably. Interesting enough, we haven't hit the daily pivot. So we've missed the daily pivot, but we took out the weekly, and we're still below the monthly by 700 pips. So it's going to really be some interesting price action, probably this last quarter. The wick zone was pretty much crisscrossing through that very minimal upper wick zone. And this is where it gets crazy. The range, really, this is the biggest range over the past 12 weeks, this 876 pip, but it puts us above the 91 percentile. So that's why it says 91. And last week was 621, which we thought that was big. So this is just kind of an off-the-chart week. But when you look back at the news events that we had red news, I think 3 or 4 days this week, and obviously the news affected how traders reacted. And we didn't break out at a previous high, but we broke out at a previous low by 481 on the weekly. High minus close 110 at the moment. Close minus low 766. High minus open for the buy zone or weekly open crossover traders 441 and low 435. So once again, just picking those horizontal lines, sticking with the trade, trading with candle color at the line, proved to be profitable. Let's see, we can look at the wall mall lines, and then with these candle ranges here on H1, I mean, it's almost a no-brainer. I mean, if you just traded candle color at the line, it was really hard to miss. I mean, sometimes other things might affect you, but that's on you. Something as simple as this candle color at the line. When you look back, in fact, I was talking with Walmart earlier, and he says, "Yeah, looking back, it just looks so easy." And it's really not easy because you have to get in there, you have to tough it out because you might be up a couple pips, and you might want to go for more, and then it reverses, then maybe you stop out, then it comes back your way. So you just really have to trade your method, have your money management in place. But I mean, for example, this hour crossing below 1130, we had it's a 32 pip range this hour, and you could have had 20 or more of those pips just by sticking to it. Right now, we're right back at that daily open. So you can see we've got a red candle, but it's pushing up, and the 15 minutes pushing up right here. So, and there was a turn trade to be had. You took that turn trade at the open. Looks like you could have had 10 pips. And once again, people are asking, can you guys trade live? I just don't have the bandwidth. I live out here in the country. Literally within 1 mile radius of my place, there's only about 12 families. And I heard it was $1 million to run a mile worth of cable. So there's just not enough people up here to make it worth the while. And can't use satellite because of the 2-second delay. So I use the cellular phone, which I guess I get some delay, but it's just not quite as bad as this 2 seconds. The satellites, the signal going up and down. Plus, back in the day, I did enough live trading with the Pal Talk trading chat room. We traded stocks in the beginning. Then when I switched over to FOREX, we traded FOREX. I think that's when Airball joined the group. And, we had a lot of fun there. But, that's back when I was in Tucson. I had high-speed internet, cable, to my house. I had 5 computers online. And, I had one computer just dedicated for communications. I did all my email and messaging and Pal Talk, all that off of the one computer. And I had one for just programming, indicators and development, and then 3 for actual online trading. But here in the country, all I have is one laptop with a MiFi device for my internet, so I just can't do the bandwidth. I can't even do video chats like Zoom. If I turn my video on, I get that, resource message and everything gets garbled and they can't understand me. So that's just how it is. But I choose to live out in the country away from people. The way the world is, you might understand why. So here, highest low, lowest high, there was a trigger here. Once again, turn trade just a few minutes ago. And then here we had a 3-ball put on the top, another turn trade to the south. We just had a turn trade right here off of a 1-ball. And, they might only be good for a pip or two, but the thing is, depending on, trading at one lot, that's $20. Trading at 10 lots, that'd be 200. So it doesn't take long for it to stack up. Now here's some really interesting stuff. Let's look at the accumulated range for the year. 3,390 pips. And when you come down, you can see 2009 at September. That was the only other year that had more range, accumulated range, yearly high to yearly low. And if you come through here, you can see we had the biggest of all was 2008 with 6,000 plus pips for the year. Then we come in at 3538, which was 2009, and we're at 3390. So right now, 2022 is in third place for year-to-date accumulated range. You can show the range by month here, and you can see September 1379 pips for the month is the largest month in the past 20 years, or largest September in the past 20 years. Now, when you look at October, you see 2008 had 2,605 pips. That was huge. And then once again, November was no slacker, and December too was no slacker. So this 2008 range by month, it just killed the last from August. And even though September we now in second place, but October, November, December. So let's just wait and see what these next 3 months are going to do for us. Should be really interesting. Also, if we do close minus open year to date, the percentage movement, you can see we're still at down 17.79% for the year from the open. So it's just been a down year, obviously. And one other thing we like to look at is if you just look at close minus open in pips, you can see we're down 503. August we were down 541. So it's just down, down, down. Only 2 months have been green so far this year. And if you just want to take a quick look at the ATRs, you can see we're shredding the ATRs. Average true range. It's just crushing it. Actually, I just thought of something. I should put the smart range indicator over here and just have monthly range, last 12 months on the smart range. So, fellow traders, it's been one heck of a week. I hope you were on the right side of your trades and that you're going to show a profit for the day, week, and month. Especially for the month, because remember, it's not any one particular trade or really any one particular day. No, it's more like how you doing for the week, how you doing for the month, how you doing for the year. We got to play the long game in trading. And I'm going to wish you all a fun and safe weekend. We got Halloween coming up next month. That should be fun, right? So remember, when you come back to trading, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.